correct? So who wants to make the motion after closed session? There you go, right there.
Here we go.
There you got it.
I move to certify that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711, and only such business matters as are identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered by the council.
And is there a second to that motion? Second. And is there a discussion? Discussion? We have to call the vote on that one? Can we just say all in favor?
Yeah, let's do voice vote.
Okay. So the motion has been moved, it's been moved and seconded to come out of closed session and go back in the regular session. You want to call the vote?
Yeah. That's it.
Yes.
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 Okay. So now that we're back in open session, then we can make an appointment. The vacancy created when Mr. Munson left. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So all we have to do is make the appointment. And it's one of those situations where it was, you got, both of you have the interests of the town at heart and you want to do the best for the town. And it's just, really, really hard to pick. Just because one gets picked and the other doesn't, there's no favoritism shown. It's just that it's a hard choice. But the wisdom of the council has set forth the appointment of Mr. Bill Hyson to fill Mr. Munson's seat. And we'll take Mr. Peck's offer to serve on the ARB up seriously. So, Mr. Hyson, welcome aboard.
Judge, we discussed it all, we share the job.
And as I imagine, Matt has mentioned this to you, but tomorrow is the deadline for filing for November. My suggestion is if either of you are or at least considering continuing after 6 months, go ahead and file. Doesn't cost you anything. You get and if you decide to have your name off the ballot, you don't have to accept the position if you win it. So go ahead and get your name on the ballot. You've got plenty of time to make a decision where you want to do it for another couple of years after that. Okay.
We have the paperwork here and Mr. Dallas can notice it.
Yep. So Mr. Holt was interested in staff reports, so we're having staff reports.
Much of our staff work recently has been around event planning, your food trucks, bands, stages, sound system, checking in with the Canal Society on Bateau Festival. So those events are on the roll for Wednesday and Monday, the 4th of July. Fire department has what they need on setup, and we're ever so grateful to all of our community volunteers, from the boatmen on the canal to the volunteer fire department, the sheriff's office helping us with traffic control on the day. Should be a good day for local business, and the weather forecast is pretty good, so we're all looking forward to that. Staff grant work has also been active. This is a busy point in the fiscal year. Gratitude to Mayor Smith and Vice Mayor Grisco for meeting us sometimes on short notice to sign checks and keep our grant projects moving along. It's a runaround sometimes to complete the work, complete our payments to vendors, and then get the reimbursement from our grants as quickly as we can, so the town isn't in a cash flow hole. So we're keeping those moving directly, and that's some exciting progress all around. The kind of the latest news on our planning grant helping the factory redevelopment was the eagerly awaited phase 2 environmental report for the factory, done by Commonwealth Environmental Associates from Richmond. That's a clean and very encouraging report. They did 3 drilling wells through the slab floor of the factory and 8 test wells around the site. It was interesting that they found the groundwater, maybe not surprising, between 8, 10, 13 feet below the slab is water. So it was good for me to know and kind of understand the future of this building. Renovation okay, building up, not so much, because the big footers that would go into build a taller building, they would hit mud pretty quickly. The chemical results were all very encouraging and positive. No old oil, no noxious chemicals. The only chemical that popped up for like noticeable detection on the interior wells is called naphthalene, which is the active ingredient in mothballs. That in storing items in the building, keeping pests out of it, their pest control has been enough that it's been, speaks to the sensitivity of the equipment that's in there now, that the mothballs are working and there's nothing else there. And that's as much a sense of humor as you ever get out of environmental engineers. So good news.
Good. Any questions for Mr. Wallace?
No, I'll just follow up on our Airbnb conversation the last time. Just having a mock-up of ordinances for residential and commercial for us to talk about in a work session.
I think I can get that for a first reading at planning commission after July and council work session after that. The outline that you described, I don't think requires too much line item change to the zoning, so I don't think it'll be too difficult to turn that around. Thank you. I think you came up with a fairly elegant legal text there. Mr. Bowling will be happy as well.
Fantastic, thank you.
Any other questions? Mentioned to Mr. Heisen, we are unit number 8 in the parade. Unit number 8 in parade. We will be congregating somewhere near Nancy's house up on James River. Parade kicks off at 9. So, and then Matt will get you straight on getting sworn in as a council person before the end of the month. So you'll be legal in July. Okay.
Mr. Rosas,
Could we get for the record an official motion on Heisen's appointment?
Okay, do I hear a motion that we officially appoint Mr. Bill Heisen as a new council person to fill the vacancy created by Mr. Munson, or something to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, that motion was made. Is there a second?
Second.
And is there any further discussion? And you need to call the vote on that, or can we say aye and nay?
Let's say, aye.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, now you're official.
congratulations.
All right, is anything else anybody has on their mind? Bateau on Wednesday. Should be fun, should be hot as usual. Temperature's building back up. It's hot in here tonight. Is the air conditioner working? Thank you again, Josh, for your interest, and
Yeah.
Or is that AR?
Just let me know. You can email me about ARA.
yeah, you get with Zach on that and get you on that one. and-
Need
Okay.
All right, that was easy.
When did the opening happen?
Consolation prize goes to Josh.
Oh, wow, okay.
Barbara did her 4 years and that.
All right, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
to.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good. Thank you all for attending tonight.
All right.
Ron, I had a question. It wasn't for the meeting, but let's see, we still got the farmers market vendors coming down Thursday. I guess it's still
As far as I know.
okay. And then I understand that there's a committee that's rented the area.
On Saturday, yeah, there's, I don't know what time they're setting up. I mean, they can't get in there before farmers market's over.
Yeah, I think I thought I heard 3 o'clock. What I wondered is that they clean up in between. Maybe, you know, maybe the bathroom anyway.
And just send me an email about those.
Their event's supposed to be 3 to 6. I was gonna, if I'm not tied up at the funeral home or something, I was gonna go down there about, while they were setting up. And thank Mr. Lowry for selecting us as a spot for a picnic.
Yeah, we